Hi guys, my name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. Good morning Saturday. If you like my videos, please smash that like button, please do subscribe. I'm here in my flat obviously Saturday morning. No hangover for me. I just relaxed last night and I was watching some documentaries on Princess Diana. So last night I came back from walking Max, and as you do, you flick around on your phone. There was shit on the television, so I got my mobile phone out, and there was documentaries coming up. I watched one about Prince Philip, talking about the Second World War. Then I went through a video listening to Charles and Princess Anne talk about Prince Philip, their father, after he passed away. And then there was a couple of documentaries about Princess Diana, and I was a great follower of Princess Diana, and I was really upset when she passed away. She's still popular now, even though she is dead, and there's still conspiracy theories. Some people saying that Diana was actually murdered to keep her silenced, and she was about to tell someone something, and she never got. She was going to come back from where she was with Dodi and tell someone something, but she never got to tell them. So we never know what she was going to say. There are some people out there that thought that she was murdered. And I was just listening. It was quite interesting. The struggles Diana went through and everything else. And even so, I mean, now King Charles has got cancer. Like I said, I wouldn't wish cancer on anybody, and it's a long time passing, and I think that we should just, Diana was beautiful, she was lovely, and she didn't deserve what happened to her. But whether it was an accident or whether it was orchestrated, we don't know. So I watched her fashion as well. It was a lovely documentary about Diana's clothes and who made them, and the sense of style she had, and how she had beautiful blue eyes, and that how her eyes and her skin could go with any colour clothing. So that's what I was doing last night, watching documentaries, because there was utter crap on the television. I don't know why I pay my TV licence. I really do hardly watch the television. It's either repeats or it's just crap, just not interested. So like I said, I got back home from walking Max last night. I was feeling in a bit of a shitty mood for obvious reasons. It's just a repeated circle of the same old repetitive shit, and I try and get myself out of that by being happy, trying to, even if it's, little dance, a little song, but then someone tries to quash that out of you. They try and upset you, try and irritate you, treat me like shit in shops, which makes me feel awful, when what I want to do is sing, dance, make people happy. And so what if you can't sing? So what? You're enjoying that. That's up to you. If you're in your flat singing, what business is it of other people? You know what I mean? It's like everything I do, someone wants to fucking make me miserable. I went into the co-op yesterday, quite happy, no service. I don't know why they're doing it. They're obviously being told to treat me like shit, and that's up to them. And the dentist was appalling. Told you when I went into the dentist, I sat down outside room number 2, the treatment room, and they dressed up a woman like Camilla Parker Bowles. So she had the fancy hat on, the fancy coat, but her shoes were all scuffed at the bottom. It was like Camilla Parker Bowles walking up the dentist stairs. And this is all diary shit, you see. I've gone in there and there's been an old lady with a Harrods bag. And of course, Mohammed Al Fayed was the owner of Harrods. And that was something to do with Princess Diana, wasn't it? So they're still doing it, taking the piss, not treating my teeth properly. They're not. So there's nothing you can do because someone is telling these people to treat me like the utmost dog shit. They are. I'd like to know who it is. I really would. Oh, and I saw James Hewitt, you know, one of Princess Diana's lovers many yonks ago. James Hewitt with his moustache, in his posh accent, talking how much that he loved Diana. And still did. So this was an Australian documentary and they'd somehow got hold of James Hewitt, who is obviously much older now, and moustache. James Hewitt, one of Princess Diana's lovers. Very interesting documentary. I think the blonde young lady was milking everything she could get out of the people she was interviewing about information about Princess Diana, and it made her look like she was some kind of floozy, when in fact obviously Charles and Camilla were cheating and sleeping with each other, etc. I think so, while Charles was married to Diana, so she was looking for love elsewhere. She wasn't a floozy, she was in a very, very, very miserable marriage, loveless, and she was looking for someone to love her, put their arms around her and make her feel wanted, and Charles didn't do that for Diana, so she tried to find it elsewhere. Alexa, good morning.
Good morning, and Happy Lunar New Year. Today marks the beginning of the year when measured by moon cycles. According to the Chinese zodiac, this will be the year of the dragon.
Year of the dragon. Alexa, what's the time, please? Alexa, what's the time, please?
Good morning, Crystal. The time is 8:49 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Saturday, the 10th of February.
Alexa, what's the weather like?
In Rochester, it's 8 degrees Celsius with clear skies and sun. Today, you can expect showers, with a high of 11 degrees and a low of 5 degrees.
Alexa, can you tell me a joke? Alexa, can you tell me a joke?
The funniest joke in the world is currently on lockdown, and I don't have the access code.
Alright, Alexa, whose birthday is it today?
I don't know that one.
Alexa, whose birthday is it today?
I don't know that one.
Okay, Alexa, you're starting to play up, which is annoying me. Alexa, whose birthday is it today?
I don't know that.
She does. Alexa, which famous people's birthday is it today?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, Bianca Jagger, Christine Baranski, David Beckham, David Suchet, Donatella Versace, Dwayne Johnson, Ellie Kemper, Engelbert Humperdinck.
I don't know what she's doing that, but Alexa, whose famous birthday is it today?
I don't have an answer for that.
Okay, she's playing up and she's doing it on purpose because she knows what she's doing, don't you? Alexa, birthdays today.
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
Do I not do this every day, guys? I say to Alexa, whose birthday is it today? She tells me a load of people's birthdays. Well, today she's decided not to tell me, which is very strange indeed. Just weird, isn't it? One day Alexa speaks to you and the next she doesn't. Makes you wonder who's in control of the Alexa. I'll try once more, guys, because I never give up. Alexa, whose birthday is it today?
Sorry, I don't know that
No,
one.
she won't tell me. Alexa, who was born on this day?
Celebrities born on the 10th of February include Alexander Payne, Mia Khalifa, Archie Madekwe, Emma Roberts, and Elizabeth Banks.
There you go. The thing is, you see, you have to reword what you're saying. But she is playing up this morning. And I'm just saying, the way I feel this morning is I'm feeling grotty. So it's like she knows. I'm not saying she does, but it feels like it. Well, the word I'd say for my mood today is I feel pissed off and fed up. I think that's how I would describe my mood this morning. Just being honest. Alexa, the news.
Here's the news. In Sky News streams.
From the Sky News Centre at 8, the British Medical Association's offering to call off planned walkouts by junior doctors in England later this month in return for an increased strike mandate. Their union wants to allow more time for talks, but the government's previously said it won't negotiate while action's pending. It's claimed some parents of children with special educational needs in England are being turned away from every school they apply to, forcing them to be taught in unregulated settings. The government says families of more than 8,000 youngsters were given a budget last year to explore other options. Simon Kidwell is president of the National Association of Head Teachers.
Some actually perverse incentives within the system. If you're an inclusive school, it's more difficult to go and reach those very high results. We have to go and fund the first £6,000 in our school. When you take multiple children with additional needs, that adds up.
Officials in the Ukrainian city of Kharkiv say 3 children, including a baby, are among 7 people killed in a Russian drone strike. There's been no word from Russia. Police are expected to search the River Thames today for the body of the suspect in the chemical attack in South London 10 days ago. Detectives believe Abdul Azidi entered the water and warn he may never be found. The Scottish Government's backing a cash-first strategy to help families struggling with the high cost of baby formula. The guidance states that in some cases food will be provided. Erin Williams, co-founder of charity Feed UK, wants others to follow suit.
Formula feeding parents don't have a choice. We have to buy formula. So families have to pay the prices that they set. We don't have a reliable or sustainable, safe alternative.
And John Bon Jovi's jokes that he didn't have breakups to inspire him when songwriting, unlike Taylor Swift. The 61-year-old's been speaking ahead of his new documentary, Thank You Good Night, the Bon Jovi story, which will air later this year. That's the latest. I'm Tanya Snuggs.
Now you're up to date, let's take a look at some of our top stories in a bit more detail. Junior doctors in England have announced another round of strikes.
The government needs to get real. They can either continue its path of further pay cuts, which doctors have faced of around 26% over the last 15 years, or it can start to pay doctors fairly, which starts by reversing those pay cuts.
And it's the Super Bowl this weekend. We look ahead to American football's biggest game.
You know, I grew up watching Super Bowls and stuff with my family and friends, and to say I get to run out and get ready to play in one, it's going to be pretty sweet.
Remember, if you want to move between stories, just ask your device to skip or go back. The US president's dismissed a highly critical report which raised questions about his competency and age. Joe Biden's been told he won't face criminal charges for keeping classified information after he left the vice presidency in 2017. The main investigator described the 81-year-old's memory as hazy and significantly limited, something he denies. But recently he's come under fire for mixing up live politicians with dead ones, including this blunder about who was the head of state in France.
And Mitterrand from France looked at me and said,
And confusing Mexico with Egypt.
initially, the president of Mexico, Sisi, did not want to open up the gate.
Here's Sky's US correspondent Mark Stone.
There have been questions for a long time about his fitness, but he has a regular medical and his doctors say he is fine. Really though, I think this is about perception as much as anything else, and it's a perception now underlined by this report from the special counsel. On the right of politics, they've been calling his fitness for office into question for ages. I think the thing to watch now is how his own side reacts.
But with America heading towards the 2024 election and the 81-year-old dominating the race for the Democratic Party nomination, what happens if he decides to withdraw or others try to make that choice for him? Well, despite weak poll numbers and questions, including from some Democrats about his age, Joe Biden has stuck to his plan to seek a second term. Minnesota's Dean Phillips is the only other candidate for the nomination on the ballot, but he isn't thought to present a serious challenge or have a high enough profile. The first few state primaries for the Democrats have already taken place: New Hampshire, South Carolina and Nevada. President Biden won all three, meaning the delegates for those states are now backing him. There are 12 contests still with time on the clock for a potential new entrant to the Democratic race, so if President Biden were to withdraw, there would still be time for other politicians to get their names on the ballot. But even if they did, a new entrant in the race would have no way of securing a majority of the delegates at the ballot box. In that case, the nominee would have to be decided at the Democratic National Convention in Chicago in August. In that scenario, we could see a broad group of presidential hopefuls, such as Vice President Kamala Harris and California Governor Gavin Newsom, trying to convince the more than 4,000 Democratic delegates to give them the nomination. As President Biden's second in command, would the nomination automatically pass to Ms. Harris? Well, not necessarily. She would likely benefit from their joint campaign infrastructure if she ran for president in his absence, but she has her own popularity issues. And with no heir apparent, it could be a nervous time for the Democrats ahead.
Right, guys, it is Saturday morning. I hope everybody has a lovely Saturday, and I'll see you later.